And we're live. Jazz, it feels weird for me. I'm actually back doing a show. Last time I done a show was Thursday when we done the watch along.
Yeah.
I've had a long time off, but I think I'd like to give my apologies as well. I think me and Jazz had a very alcohol
Messy weekend.
messy weekend, and it sort of took its toll. But we're back with the Reunited 5. But before we introduce our guest, a lot of people probably know who he is, but I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, Glazewise, windows, doors and conservatories. Johnny's your man. And if you mention us, you get a discount. And if you say you're a West Ham fan as well, that will also help. And of course, this time, any time, it's really important, but I'm supporting food banks. Obviously, John and his team will be there again tomorrow. So if anyone could make any donation, if food or cash donation, it will go a very long way. Of course, people, we've got the one and only JP. First time on West Ham United. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a long time since I've spoken to both of you guys, and I'm here, guys. Audience, I'm still here. I'm going to watch along. I'm still here. You guys nicking me viewers on Thursday by the looks of things, but nah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as it has been a bit of a bandwagon in terms of loads of channels popping up, it's fantastic to see everybody's opinions. And as usual, give or take a few things, we're all saying exactly the same thing. So it's 16 versions of the same sentence a lot of the time. So it's all good. It's nice to see
that we're massive.
Yeah, that we're massive. This is probably going to be our well. I don't want to jinx it. We're only just over a third of the season in, but again, the record's there that we're going to be on a record for points again. We smashed the one that Bilic had for the 16-17 season. So you never. That's why the 15-16 season. So you never know. Times are good. Times are good.
Yeah. You never know. So JP, you're our sixth person who's done this Reunite 5s, and I think there's a couple of kits which have appeared twice. Was this very hard for you picking these, or?
Well, because I wanted to ignore a lot of the 90s stuff because we had some shocking kits in the 90s. We really did. And Yaz, and you putting the gauntlet down saying that you can only do it within your own lifetime, it took a lot of decent kits out, to be honest with you. Really did. All right, good evening, Grant. And hello, Adam. Good to see you, fella. It was. But having said that, 41 years of being a West Ham supporter, well, in my lifetime, I should say, you've got 38, 39 kits to choose from. It's not easy. It really isn't easy to narrow them down. But yeah, I'm not surprised a couple of these have already been there because every single one of these every single one of these shirts means a lot to me. It's got personal things behind them. So. It's all good.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. That's the reason why we've done this as well, is because it'll be very unlikely that we're all going to get everyone to have the same 5 kits. Do you know what I mean? I think this is where it's a bit unique. It doesn't matter what anyone says. This is what it means to you, because obviously we've had X, obviously we've had Scott, we've had Dom, Mark's collection last week, Jazz, isn't it? It's a great something what's unique to you. So, but no. But first of all, JP, obviously, I think a lot of people know who you are, but I've put your thing there, and obviously you've got your own channel. So give it a plug, mate, and then you can do it at the end as well.
Thank you, guys. Well, it's been I can't believe it's been 3.5 years I've been doing this now. It's been bonkers, absolutely bonkers. It's been, literally been doing a watch along for every away game up until COVID hit. Since what was it? Well, we're doing it on the third full season now. Actually, every single one. Obviously, like everybody else, I did the home games as well, for that matter. But yeah. It's the only watch along. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it's the only watch along that has halftime music as well, for that matter. I try to make it as immersive as possible, and yeah, just like everyone else doing preview stuff. If anybody likes putting a bet on, come watch my previews, because I do a lot of stats about passes and interceptions and shot rates and all that sort of stuff, which is very handy for those that are out in the betting community. And of course, bet responsibly. Don't overdo it. We have to get that in. But yeah, nice. It's been my channel JP WHU TV was one of the longest running. I'm obviously behind West Ham Fan TV, but I think me and Hammers chat and Three Hammers are about the other guys that were all started roughly within about 6 months to a year of each other.
Right. Yeah.
I
Right,
know
mate.
it's mad. Me and Jazz in 3 days' time do our 3-month anniversary, so we've done well.
It's been difficult. I've seen a lot of relationships come and go as a result of it, and the current bird I'm seeing at the minute, she's not 100% happy with how busy we are this month, but she's not a West Ham supporter. But it's it's difficult, but you soldier on through the hard times.
No, I think from tomorrow, we've got 10 games in 28 days or something like that. So
something stupid like that, mate. Yeah,
busy.
Definitely. Disabled team, hope you're well, and of course, Mr. Cox is in the building as well, which is great. So,
also,
JP,
of course, before you go on, Rich, I just want to say congratulations to young Jake, by the way, of hitting the 2,000 subscribers. I knew he was going to smash it before me, but fantastic, really good work from him. Really good work.
How far are you exactly? You're really close as well, John.
I'm 12 people away, and have been for months. It's been irritating.
Right, all 9 people in the chat. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to JP. I'll put the link in the chat in a second.
We'll push you definitely over the line by tomorrow morning. Yeah,
we'll get you done, and you can give us a beer tomorrow, John.
Absolutely, mate. If I can crack it down. through the halls of the face coverings and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to track it down somewhere.
Right, here we go. I've put the link in there.
Yeah, I know you do, Ed. And I think Richard does as well, for that matter. But yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Ken Ammers, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well, enjoying these shows. Yeah, no, I really am. I'm excited with this ones as well. So, JP, you ready to get started, mate?
Absolutely, mate. Whenever you want to go, let's crack on with it.
Here we go. So, your number 5 is the away kit from the 2002-2003 season. Take it away, mate.
Nice.
One of the reasons why I picked this one originally was the fact that this is when I really stepped up watching West Ham. This is really 2002, 2003. I'd started flat sharing, and we had Sky Sports, and I was able to watch West Ham, and it was I just love it. This is what this design is quite prominent in the top 5 list. But I just love it. I love the simplicity of it. I just love the 60s feel to it, and you can't go wrong with a claret collar. You really can't.
Do you like white kits, JP? Like me, I think. Don't you?
A lot of them. I do like the white kits because they just seem to be more sort of aesthetic with football that we identify. You can wear them at football, and you can go out and wear them when you're out in the pub and stuff, and they don't really stand out too bad, well, depending on where you are, of course, but a lot of the time they're nice crossovers, really nice crossovers.
Yeah.
Definitely. Obviously, on the pitch, it wasn't a great season, but these 3 people you can see there, obviously Trevor, Defoe, and Paolo. Was there? I know, obviously, we got relegated, but was there anything what you remember highlight from that season, JP, which stood out for you?
Oh, not really. I mean, there's apart from the relegation, obviously. It's filed in the back of the brain of one where I just don't want to try and remember it, but it was the first season I started properly watching stuff, and
I think there's a
mixed feelings, shall we say? Mixed feelings.
Yeah, I think there's a 3-2 win at Chelsea. I can see. Apart from that, you're right, mate. Yeah, 1-0 obviously at the end. Yeah.
I mean, it's ironic that was it today or yesterday? One of the two was the anniversary of when we did it. And it was, and on the same time of when the first time we beat them at the Bridge. Since then, I should say, was 2 years ago, and that was a fantastic day. But yeah, almost the same sort of buzz, being behind, equalising, and then going ahead. It was just that was. There's literally nothing else in the back of my mind other than relegation and beating Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Sort of going off topic, but we'll sort of answer it quick. Will the games in Europe have us ready for the quick games from now through Xmas, and would be advantage for us teams where we play Yeah, it could be. It could be the fact that we are obviously we've got Zagreb next Thursday, and yeah, it's thick and fast, isn't it? But the good thing is though, apart from Burnley, we don't leave the capital, which is a bonus. So we're not really travelling. So I think we can sort of see it. But if you probably ask a footballer, what would they rather be doing, training or playing football? It's probably playing football, like playing the matches, isn't it? So.
Well, it is a question for you guys because it kind of bounces off what Mandy's saying. Because obviously we know that the squad, the usual squad, isn't big enough for a decent rotation. But as we've got, like you're saying, Andy, now we're playing Zagreb next Thursday. Would you start the kids, or do you want to go completely unbeaten? Because we've won the group anyway, so we might as well take a punt.
I think you should probably have at least 5 or 6 senior players, and then have like either way. So you'd play, for example, Dawson, Noble, maybe Crowell, Lanzini, but give the others a go. Definitely, I'd love to see Harrison Ashby play if he can. I know there's certain under 23s who can't actually because they wasn't registered or something, so I'm not too sure. I'll have to read up onto that. But obviously,
I think Baptiste is one of them, if I remember right, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Longello. There's just some great talent, mate, who we've got, and obviously Perkins as well. What a player he is. So yeah, no, it's exciting times. But yeah, 6 or 7, yeah, I agree. Yeah, Kent sort of said what I said. Yeah, look, 6 and 5 kids in reserve. I think we'd have enough. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously you mentioned the results there. I know. As Mr. Cox said, Brooklyn nearly done a perfect job. I remember them. I think it was 1-0. Correct me if I'm wrong. We beat Man City away 1-0. I think Canute scored. I think. That was on the run. Chelsea at home.
I mean, obviously City was pre-check, but guys, let's just make that absolutely clear. They were nowhere near as good as they are now.
But they did have Gota. Yeah. Don't mess with Sean. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think Foley was still playing for them at that time.
I think Foley retired the next season. I think or something. But
yeah, no, definitely
something like that.
But no. I'm just trying to think of other results. Obviously, the 2-2 at the opening day. Opening day when we thought we were going to bounce back well with Arsenal when we were winning. Penalty was missed, I believe, in that Arsenal game.
Yeah,
I think it was and then they went on to equalise. Henry scored a worldie of a goal. But yeah, like you said, Jack, the results wasn't great, and obviously this sort of brings it up. Obviously, Defoe the next day, obviously wrongly advised, putting his transfer request in. Do you remember much of that, JP?
I certainly remember the fallout. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Reading the papers and everyone's piping on it, but obviously. And credit to Jermaine. To be fair, he did come out a few years back and said he was badly advised, and because even in those days, footballers were the commodities that they are now. They don't really have a say in anything. But the guy, he said, yeah, my manager told me to do it, so I did it because I thought he had my best interests at heart. So, and Mike's made a very, very good point in there. 42 points. No one will ever go down with that tally again. Yeah, it was so.
If you look at it now, I think sometimes. 2 of the 3 teams don't even get above 30 points now, really, do they?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just shows you how competitive that league was, and the Premier League still can be. That you can get out with pretty much very, mid-table points a lot of the time, and that was the one season that everybody was working so hard that we just got relegated.
Oh. Here we go, JP. I'm sitting on the fence on this one. Benny on Lingard. You can't choose both.
Well, bearing in mind we've already got Ben Rama, that kind of switches the link on that one, doesn't it? But if we sign Lingard in January, that's a tough one. That really is a tough one. I'll have to go with Lingard if he comes in. I really, really do. He's just much. Even though Ben Rama's got a lot of promise to show, and he's starting to do it, but he's having his flame is flickering in and out a lot this season. I would take if Lingard comes in and does the same form that he did when we got him last January. Yeah, one of the first names on the team sheet without a doubt.
Yeah, he's class. Yeah, Lingard's like I was saying, he's like the cherry on the cake, isn't he? For us, he's a class above what we've got at the moment, and he showed that, especially in games like Wolves. You know, he can break teams down. He's always in space. He's very fast on the counter attacks, and he fitted in well. So not much of a risk, I would have thought, if we go for him and hopefully get him in. Yeah, ASAP.
Definitely. And yeah, just bringing up that comment what Mike said, 42 points. That's a very good point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Only fair for the others, because we wouldn't like that if that was us, would it? If we needed a must win, but no, saying that, if you don't, that happens a lot in the Premier League, doesn't it, Joe? Like when the Championship's done, and then they go, and then the relegation team. Oh no, we've got Chelsea with 2 games to go, and then they've played the kids. But
this is the catch-22 of it, though, mate. Isn't it? It's the same issue that we all, the majority of us, slated Allardyce for that 6-0 drubbing in the League Cup. Well, we were shouting out. We was literally singing fans as fans. We were singing names for him to play. He goes out and put the kids out against not exactly a weakened Man City side either, for that matter, and gets blasted 6-0. So it's a catch-22. But it's like the old saying goes: you can't get the experience if you don't play, but you can't play if you haven't got the experience. So which is it? Which one do you have to compromise with?
Definitely. Kent's right. Yeah. So Okoflex and Ekward, the one who we got from Chelsea. So yeah, haven't been at the club for 2 years, so they can't play. But everyone else, exciting times. Harrison Ashby is the one for me. 2 years ago, we were crying out for right backs, and now we've got four decent right backs at the club. So,
his League Cup debut, mate, was just unreal against Everton. Ashby was fantastic for that game.
Yeah, no, he's a talent, and I do watch a lot of the under-23s when I can. And I went at Southend on the opening day, and he was just terrorising. Didn't realise how quick he is off the ground, and his delivery he's up there. So, yeah, great future he has. Kent saying Lingard all day long. Adam saying Lingard over Benrahma. And yeah, is Benny away for African Cup of Nations? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So JP, we move on to the next one, sir, which is your number 4. And I use this picture every time because it's probably the best. Is that the best strike partnership the club's ever had?
Certainly pre-Premier League, that's for sure. And probably, but having said that, you can't really think of anybody better than these two.
What about Mido and Benny McCarthy?
That point is rescinded for that. No, it's like we're crying out. We're crying out for a strike force like that again. We absolutely are. Doesn't necessarily mean that we have to bring a youngsters through. It'd be nice to have that, of course, to mimic old Tony's rise to Saint. I mean, you can't get much better than making your debut and scoring against Spurs, can you? You really can't on that game. It was just, but yeah, it would be fantastic if we could get. I mean, we're never going to see 2 up front, I don't think. But if we did get the opportunity to do so, yeah, it'd be brilliant to turn back the years and put them up front. We'd win the league, I reckon. I mean, we almost did for this season. We lost it. We lost it with 3 games to go.
So, JP, what's it about these two which were unique? Is it because they worked for each other, or was it chemistry, or do you reckon it was a bit of both?
It's a bit of both, and also the fact that their playing style wasn't normal League One football. You know, it'd be now what you'd say, like I'm trying to think of a similar team.
It's a pressing game, wasn't it?
Like pressing. Like Andrew's is saying, the communication between the two of them. But both of them, COYI and McAvenny, they did stuff that nobody else was doing in those days. You know, the movement was very fluid. They knew exactly what they were doing all the time. It's kind of like Rice and Souček to a degree. That sort of thinking between the two of them when on the very rare occasion when both of them are pressing, they know where each other's going to be, and that's how they got the majority of the balls and the goals. So that was, again, we just need a team that are just fluid thinking like that.
I think a bit like Klopp's teams, really the kind of fullbacks are like wing backs. When you see Ray Stewart and sort of bombing up and down, we really played quick one-touch football, really quick. Yeah, it was good football.
All right, Adam.
Not that far in front of you, mate. So
Kent saying Hartson and Kitson. Yeah, that was a good part. The only other one is was probably, but they come as a free really. Was obviously Teddy, Marlon, and Zamora. They sort of, but depends which one were played. But they didn't really play. It was probably say Zamora and Thingy. Let's have a
We
look.
can throw Ashton in there as well. Dean Ashton, he's there that
Mate,
time, wasn't he?
don't. I'll get upset every time. How many times has he been mentioned, Jason? Every show we've done so far on this, the lad gets mentioned. But forever, who would you have in? Who would then be in starter in the current team, Jazz?
Oh, it's got to be. Oh God, that's tough because we had Alan Dickens in the middle, didn't we? Rice, got to fit him in somewhere. I think left back was an issue in that team, so I think I think Kresi could fit in there quite easily. I think ahead of George.
No.
Paris.
From that team would fit in our current team.
I think McAvenny you can put in any team the way he played. Very hard worker, team player. Could score goals without didn't really tire. I think McAvenny could come into there. I think Alvin Martin, Tony Gale were a great two at the back. Devonshire, I think, Devonshire can replace Ben Rama for me. Yeah, Dev can play in there.
God, imagine that. How much? We say this every time, JP. We've mentioned how much would Dev be worth in now's money?
Oh, fucking hell. Not that far off Rice's figure, I should imagine. Not that far off it. But I'll tell you one thing, COYI and Antonio together, I think that would be brilliant. That would be an unbelievable strike force. Yeah. Get those two up front together. Oh, that'd be. But I mean, I kind of, to a degree, I mean, I know we all laughed when COYI put it up on his tweet about the current squad and the 86 blended together, and he only picked Creswell and Rice. Everybody else was who was in that side, and you can't really argue with that, to be honest with you, can you? You really can't. There's such better players to a degree. I mean, I know there was more games in the season. It was a faster football. It was more gentlemen at the same point, but yeah, you can't really grumble. You can't really grumble with that.
I think it's got to be Devonshire for me. If I was allowed one, it would be Dev instead of Ben Rama. I think put him in there right behind the striker. Yeah.
Frank did TC's running both could finish. Yeah, no, they both just clicked. Devonshire and Tony Gale. Mike, Frank Mac, TC, Alan Dickens. Park.
Big Parksy, yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of them,
yeah. And Glenn saying as well, Devonshire on today's pitch is unplayable. Definitely.
I mean, for just going back to what we're talking about with the shirt itself, I just love that. Again, sort of like late 60s, early 70s V-neck line sort of t-shirt and neckline, I should say. And I love Adidas shirts anyway. They really are nice.
Yeah, brilliant.
I wish we could get them back. I mean, as nice as the current Umbro stuff is, I'd love to get them back.
They kind of fell away after just 2 seasons. I heard it's rumours over like profit margin and things like that. I don't know. Yeah, and we can't really. I don't live in East London, so yeah, I struggle to get shirts in like some of the high street sort of stores that we've got. So Adidas, easy to get hold of, aren't they as well? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the design though. Like you said, talk about manufacturers. Obviously, you had Pony, we've had Reebok, we've had Fila, we've had Macron. But yeah, Adidas for me just looks the better fit, and it just looks proper West Ham. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see because they do look nice, but they're obviously a lot more slim fit. Is a Nike doing our kits to see what they'll come out like. Because Nike will always do good kits.
I'm not sure with that then. I know they do England, don't they? Not sure with Nike. I know they do Arsenal and
Well, even like you're saying, Jazz, with the Nike England kits, they're copying the old retro styles. So as much as I hate having too much of a retro style, it could be quite nice.
There's that new brand, was it Armour? They're getting quite big, aren't they? Quite popular.
And what's the other one?
Under Armour.
Castori, the guys that do Newcastle's kit and Wolves kit, those are quite smart.
Yeah, Grealish's money. Yeah, Dev Bobby Robson offered 2 million.
A lot of money, mate.
Here we go. Would you probably agree with what TC said then? Who from today's team would fit in the 85-86? Probably Declan Crez, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I can't think of anybody better than the squad.
Yeah. Left back was an issue, I think. Yeah.
That's what Mark Ward says all the time, innit? If we had Julian in that 8-5, we would have pissed that league.
Yeah, Krasi would be brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, you could argue to a degree, Ogbonna, a few seasons back when he was really, really smashing it. Maybe the potential that we've been seeing in Zuma, but other than that, I can't think of anybody else.
No,
definitely. So JP, move to your number 3, which is
Spoilt by Jazz because he's already bloody wearing it.
The reason why, like I said, we've mentioned it off air, it was actually very hard to find many pictures with this kit, but obviously Kev was a huge part of our side, and he looks like he's just about to kill someone. So, but I'll let you take it away, mate.
Well, I mean, for me, the annoying ones for Macron. I mean, some of the stuff they came out with was absolutely terrible. I mean, I'll never forget that post-match conference that what's his name, the Baron did with the Macron symbol just faded out already because it'd come out of the wash or whatever it was. Literally about 5 or 6 games into the season, and but that is, again, it's just that one of the reasons why I love this is it harks back to the navy blue days of Thames Ironworks. It's one of the real ones that just looks really nice. And again, I like the Y style of the neckline. It's again just something a little bit different. I genuinely thought it was our third kit, but researching it just to make sure what it was the away kit. But it's the only Macron shirt that I've got that hasn't faded or done anything with it. And the amount of times it's been in the wash, it's still the only one that has the emblems on the shoulders. Everything else is gone.
It's sort of close to this one, really, isn't it? Apart from it, it is very similar to this year's one. So JP, obviously it's a bit closer. Obviously, 9 years ago. Can you remember any player? Obviously, we had Kev. Was there any other players in that time? What caught your eye during that period?
Oh God, what are we thinking at now? So we've, I mean, to a degree, obviously, around about the same. With Tompkins, very, 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 very good Winston Reid. He was unbelievable for us in those days as well, for that matter. I was going to say the Afro, but that was the season after it, if I remember right. But just I'd probably say Jack Connaughton and Tompkins are the first names that spring to mind because that's around about the time they were breaking through, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think got back Jarvis, Carroll, Cole, Nolan, but I think Winston Reid. You're right. He was probably our most valuable player, perhaps.
He was so shit in the 10-11 season, and then when he went down at the championship, completely made him 180 degrees from the player that we bought, and it's just unreal.
What about the kit when we had XL holidays, wasn't it? I think
it was. Yeah,
I think that was 08, 09. I think X picked that. I can't remember what.
Did he pick it before or after the blue box?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot about him. Vaztay.
Wow. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Was Matty Taylor still there?
Yeah,
yes, he was.
Yeah, he's there. Noble,
Noble, yeah.
Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill. Joey O'Brien, was he still there?
Yeah. Yes, he was still a right back, or was it
DeMel?
What's his name?
Joey O'Brien, was it?
Yeah, but it was always. We had another right back around about the same sort of time as well, didn't we? Not for very long. Oh God, what was his name? Guy DeMel. Guy DeMel.
Guy DeMel. Yeah. Matt Jarvis in that kit. We bought him on stats of crosses. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Diami. Yeah.
Julian Faubert. Wow, forgot about them.
Was he still there?
Not sure about him. Not sure.
I think he left when he left. He joined Real Madrid when we got relegated.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't think he was there.
No, I think he was there. Let's have a look. Yeah.
The army is Adam saying. Yeah, good shout, mate. Very good shout.
Ginger Collins.
True.
Yeah, that was his anniversary. Is it yesterday as well?
Yeah, it came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, this was the year when we first bought Carroll, wasn't it? On perm, I think. 'Cause when did we come
Yes, I
up?
think
No, when did we come up? 2011, 12. Yeah, no, yeah.
it was on. It was
Yeah,
on 20, 11, 12. This the 12 to 13. This is when his loan season, wasn't it? Because he was on loan with us, and then we bought him the
This is a
following
loan
season, didn't we?
season. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
loan
was this
season.
his loan?
Apparently.
Oh, the loan
Yeah,
season. Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah, no, there we go. JP, anything else before we move on, mate?
No, I think to a degree, I think this is probably one of our most recent kits, but is underrated. I mean, it's the best design out of the three that were available at that time.
I agree, because it's all the same colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the same colour, yeah.
I mean, what was it? Was it the season after we had that bloody Thunderbirds kit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Had Joe Cole come back by then? I think that was the year after, I think.
It was the season after it, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Peach is in the building. Hope you're doing well, Peach. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Here we go. Next one, number 2, JP. I had to get this picture in, didn't I? I had to get this picture in.
Now,
the floor is yours.
as much as I love, I mean, as I say, when the majority of these we're talking about, old classic shirts, and I love classic shirts, but I really detest the way that the club is going at the minute with the cash grabs of doing replica shirts because they just know people are going to buy them. I want to try and see a bit more adventure in it. I mean, I know there's only a certain amount of things you can do with it, but like for example, was it the away kit for the season before last being the FA Cup final shirt looked fantastic, and this season shirt looks brilliant on this as well. But the embarrassing thing about it was the intro video that when it was being launched, the media company showed every available angle possible that didn't show that it was a Fila shirt. It was
right.
the only time you saw it was a Fila shirt that they were ripping off was that legendary goal for the Wimbledon goal, and of course that's the first thing that pops into everybody's head seeing that shirt is that goal, and of course with Di Canio as well for that matter. But again, a nice casual looking polo-esque football shirt.
No, definitely
Yeah,
my
and
everybody's favourite. Everyone's favourite.
Yeah. Dr. Martens looks all right. I didn't like Dagenham Motors, I was mentioning on the other show. I like Dr. Martens. Yeah, nice.
Oh, Joe Cole come back in the January. Thanks, Ken.
All right, okay.
Don't like kits with collars. Oh,
fair enough, Rick.
I'm all right.
Yeah. It's all about opinions.
It is.
It's all well said, JP. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this, Jazz, because that's good for Brentford, isn't it? Not changing their kit for 2 years to make it affordable football. Could you see West Ham doing that?
That is odd, Brentford doing that, especially coming up. Yeah, wow.
No, I mean because they're not. It's next season. They're not changing it.
Gotcha.
So it's this season and next season. So I quite like that. It goes back to the old days of where we used to have kits for, was it 3 or 4 seasons before they changed, because they had to change to make it a bit more fresh and everything. You don't have to do this nowadays. You don't have to be going back, as I say, going back to the old kits. As like for example, both seasons kits again. The home kits based on that, and the away kits based on, what was it, whatever it is, but the blue stripes that we had for a few seasons. It was just, I like new ideas. But at the same point, if you're going to have something brand new, let it run for a couple of years. I
love this home shirt, this year's home shirt. I love it. I would love us to keep that for a couple of years. This one, because it obviously matches that one. JP, there's obviously Paolo. Was there any other player which you loved in this time period as a West Ham fan?
Freddie, straight off.
Yeah.
There's not many other players that really probably spring to mind, but it's definitely Paolo and Freddie at that point were just.
I think Lampard was there. Joe Cole, perhaps.
Yes, actually, no. So no, you're right. Joe Cole with the jumper, the shirt that looked like he'd shrunk in the wash, because he used to come down to his knees at one point, if I remember correctly, when he was starting out. But yeah, Freddie and Paolo definitely. But yeah, you're right. Lampard Jr., COYI. I think it wasn't Carrick involved in that as well. I think.
Yeah,
I think he started.
so.
Started to feature. Obviously, Rio was still there for another couple of years. You had the Nutter Stimatch.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Obviously, most importantly, the captain, Steve Lomas.
Yep,
Big part of us. But yeah, no, let's have a look and see.
Hartson, maybe. Yeah.
Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Yeah, that tricky Trev play anywhere. He did. Anything else on this kit, JP? Before we move on.
As I say, as much as I love it. I mean, that's what when it came available, I bought the replica of it because obviously the shirt I would have had in '99 to 2000 would never have fitted me now. I don't think I'd be able to get into it. And I mean, obviously, likewise with the boys of '86, I was 6 at the time, so there's no way I would have been fitting into that now.
Have you got the feeler sign on the retro at all?
It does, yeah.
Oh, great.
It's the only reason why I bought it because I've got both replicas of it. The one that came out that didn't have the feeler because they didn't have permission to do it, and now they've done it for this season. So I've got 2 of the buggers now.
Peach is saying as well. Defoe, Pierce, Piercy, Minto, and Sinclair. Yeah.
One Chop, Foe. Yeah, loads of them. Keller, Ruddock. Don't forget Ruddock.
Razor.
I've totally forgotten about Razor. Jesus.
How can you forget Razor? Let's have a look here. Mr. Archer's in the building as well. Yeah, last kit that Julian Dix wore before he retired as well.
Wow.
Good point, Ryan. Definitely.
Hey, you hope so well, Ryan. Thanks for joining in, mate.
Yeah.
You've got who's the other one I'm thinking of?
Forrest,
Moncur. Yeah, Moncur was there. Yeah.
Oh, John Moncur. What a man.
Yeah.
What a man. So, JP, the last kit, well, the number one, before we review it, we let you talk about it first. The floor is yours, mate.
It's number one. I mean, I've kind of hinted at it already because we talked about it a little while back. It's number one because it's the day I was born. So, Yaz, I'm using my technicality on that.
Actually, what time was you actually born? Was the game before? No, Germany.
Well, the funny thing is about it, and I talked about it when it came around to the I talked about it in the anniversary of last year with it. That it's the most personal thing on that because in those days, my dad used to be in the Coldstream Guards band, and these were the guys that used to play the pre-match and the halftime show.
Wow!
And he was meant to be at that. He was meant to be at the game, but mum was in labour, so dad had to miss it. Much to the his band sergeant major's frustration because he was on kit duty afterwards because of it. For a few weeks because the doctor at Hounslow Hospital phoned up, literally got on the phone to the band sergeant major in the Coldstream Guards band and said, "Look, his wife's in labour. I don't care what you say. He's not coming in. I'm going to write him a sick note."
Oh, you're not far from me. I was born in Hillingdon, so you're West London. Good lad.
Well, technically, never lived anywhere near Hounslow, but yes, that's where I was born. And but yeah, so I was coming into the world, shall we say, while the game was going on, even though I'd been conceived 9.5 months beforehand. But yeah, it is. And again, Yaz has spoilt it because it's over his left hand shoulder. It's a 1980 FA Cup final shirt.
Yeah.
It's an absolute thing of beauty. I absolutely love it, and again, I love the fact that with the anniversary last year, they were able to get the full permission to have the stripe down the side, the Admiral stripe, down on the sleeves because again, I've got both versions of it.
Excellent. It was a very hot day, I was told by the players, John, that day.
Yeah, it was one of the hottest days of the year in that summer. And you can when you watch if anyone watches it on DVD, because I'm sure Kent does on a regular basis, it's weird to think that the guys walk in their bed and dressed up in their bearskins and stuff. That would have been Dad if Mum had gone into labour like a day before or a day after. Dad would have been out on that pitch.
Wow, he might have even got the Brookings shirt for you. You never know.
You're joking. My dad absolutely hated football. He called it a yobs game. And he wasn't far off in those days in the 70s and 80s, but
did he follow cricket? Did he, or rugby or something?
he was
like
a cricket man. Yeah, he was
okay,
a very good off-spin bowler. My dad, when he was
great,
younger, very good off-spin bowler.
brilliant. Have you got the program for the match at home, John?
I do somewhere.
Great, yeah. It always used to mention the band in the programs as well.
Mm.
Yeah, great.
Peach, you mean you was born at 420? Was your birthday on the same day, or you just mean that's when you were? Was you born on the same day?
You never know with Peach. You never know which angle he's coming from.
It's an anagram.
And Grant, 4 days before he was born as well. Wow.
So that rules you out, Grant. Then, in fact, mate, you never come on this. You can't do that one. It's not your
Jazz, take note of that. Take note of that.
I will, yeah.
Well, it was a fetus, so we can. So yeah, we technically can do it. But yeah.
Oh
God, I won't be able to answer this. What about that, Jazz?
Yeah, it's got to be Rice again in for, I think, Pike.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay with everyone else. I think Bonds, Martin,
Frank Lampard.
Yeah, Lampard, Ray Stewart, Parks, David Cross, Stuart Pearson. Oh, I think it's just Rice. I think that was a really good team. They blended well together, I think. Yeah. Got Devonshire in there, like we mentioned. Everything's in that team, isn't it? Better steel, better class, better good finishing.
So flipping it round, then out of that squad, who would you pick for this season?
It's got to be Dev again. I've got to stick to that, because some games I've seen, I know we've done so well this season. Some games it's just asked for someone like Lingard or Dev to take a grip of the ball, run with it, create space, ignite everyone, which I think Ben hasn't done. Ben Rom hasn't done enough for me. Just someone, as soon as you got the ball, the back four, they give it to Dev, and he'll just run with it. You can't get him, you can't catch him, you can't tackle him, and he'll just cause mayhem and magic. I think.
What about Lampard Senior? Would you choose him over Johnson or Soufal?
Well, Soufal would be like a Ray Stewart. I'm a big Ray Stewart fan. So no, only Dev for me. Yeah, only Dev. Yeah. Ray Stewart, many good years, isn't it? Was it 9-10 years with us? Great service. Yeah, same as Lampard.
I'd put Bonds.
Billy, yep, good shout.
Billy and Rice.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, imagine them two together.
And you imagine those two feeding Brooking up. Oh man, that would be unreal.
Yeah. Brooking, fair point. Brooking's another one that could ignite. Yeah, very similar to Dev. Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he was very underappreciated, wasn't he, Brooking? Really, I know he's got a split. I mean, by other clubs.
Yeah. I think a couple of clubs tried to sign him when we went down in '78. I think, but he kind of. They said to him, "You're not going to lose your England place," and he stayed with us. Yeah.
4/20, April 10th.
You're a month older than me, then, Peach, in that case.
Yeah, because the finals in May. Yeah.
Antonio for Pierce, Parks, Stewart, Dev, and the King Brooking. He has to be in. Yeah.
difficult, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, JP, I really enjoyed that, mate. I really enjoyed it. Like you said,
it's a nice trip down memory lane, isn't it? It really is, because, well, for two of us anyway, I should imagine, because Andy wasn't alive for most of that, bless him. But
we'll help him out. Yeah.
But no, it's as I said at the start of it, it was very, very hard to slim it down to 5. You do a top 10, it's a much, much easier. But to slim it down to 5 for 40 years of football, it's 41 years of football. Or, well, unfortunately, almost 42 in 6 months' time. But
hey.
Oh, JP, right. I see what you get about the thing about you have to be alive. You would have picked the one in '78, I think, '79.
I could have picked that, but as I say, it's
71, maybe the hoops. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the day I was born was it's always been the top 10, or it's literally the first replica shirt I ever bought. pre the Admiral striping and the logo and stuff, and now obviously last year bought it as well. It's so hard to try and get a top 5. The kit that if you bring someone on who's in their 20s, piece of piss for them, really easy. But you look, the older you are, the more shirts you've got to pick from. It's really hard.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't know if you saw it, JP. If not, if you've got time, I'd recommend to watch it. Our last guest, it was Mark. He's got a room full of kits, literally all framed and on the ceiling. He's literally got how many kits has he got, Jazz? It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
There's one, there's one room. It's like a shrine, really. It's like a West Ham temple. So every wall is covered from top to bottom. And he's got so many more in the wardrobes, like no space for it. Because he neatly puts each one up in a frame. Each one is nicely framed. And I think, if I'm right, I think the one we're talking about now is he's got that one signed by, I don't know, was it Brooking? I can't remember.
Yeah, he's got one by Brooking and stuff, yeah.
Anyone else know why both the teams played in their away shirts? I'm just thinking about it. I forgot the answer now in this final. They're both in their away strip, aren't they, Arsenal? West Ham?
Arsenal with that yellow strip, wasn't it? I remember right.
Yeah. So there's no reason why we shouldn't have played in our home kit. Oh, odd.
Yeah, no, definitely. Glenn saying a group of kits, classic number 1.
Cheers, Glenn.
Cyber, hope you're well, mate. Yeah, no, we're really good. Thank you.
He's always late to everything, is Cyber Leader. Always late.
I know. It's 6:30 kickoff tomorrow, Cyber. Make sure you're there on time. I've definitely got on at one stage. Yeah, no, Adam, definitely. Like I said, I think Jazz booked up, are we now? Till January, I think, aren't we, with these kits?
We've got a few gaps here and there. I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll send out a few invites. We've got Luke on Thursday from Three Hammers. Got Rob Banks, the renowned West Ham author, the following Monday. And then we've got a few gaps, but then it's just tricky around so many games. But yeah, we'll put some more names in there. Yeah, fill him up. Ryan, if you're still watching, he's on the 14th of December. Mike Hatcher, good friend of the channel. So yeah, we've got 4 lined up at the moment into the future.
No, definitely. So JP, obviously people we've had other people come in before we go. Give you another thingy because we want to get you to 2K. Anyone who, all 10 of you watching at the minute, if you haven't already, subscribe to JP now. I'm going to put the link again in the...
There's been 3 more so far. So cheers, guys. We're just 8 away from the 2K now. So, but yeah, no, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you guys. It's been a long time since I've been able to talk to either of you.
I think it was Leicester was the last time I saw you, wasn't it? Was it Leicester at home?
Leicester at home, yeah, it was. Yeah.
There's a West Ham Way event coming up, JP. I know I saw you in a couple of them in the past. So Carlton Cole's going to be there for the Norwich game.
I didn't get a ticket in time for that, unfortunately.
Oh, is it gone? Wow.
Jazz, I think 70% of them went to Patreon. 70% of people bought from Patreon.
Yeah, I managed to. Yeah, I've got a couple that I need. Yeah,
he's the closest to the current squad, isn't he? I mean, literally in more ways than one.
That's why my young ones really up for this one. Some of the elder ones, I get excited, but for kids, they're like, "Oh, not sure." Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, they put a vote, didn't they? They asked us, Dave and X. They went, "Oh, we could do one on Boxing Day if anyone's interested." I just went, "No."
I'm going to be suffering, mate. Yeah, from Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm going to be. You know me. Yeah.
I know. It'd be interesting to see how busy it actually will be over there on Boxing Day. Seeing as it's the first.
You got a point. Oh, right, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I can't make it because I'm spending Boxing Day with the girlfriend and her family, so which is a real shame because it's been 6 years. But yeah, it'd be very interesting to see who's over the amount. It's blatantly going to be recorded as a sellout, no matter if it is or it's not. But it'd be interesting to see what happens.
I'll tell you what though, this will make you talking of turnstiles. So I went to Wolves the other week as well. Fuck me, I could just about fit through the fucking turnstile. Yeah, and then the seats as well. I was like, you can tell, like you. That's the one thing with the new stadiums. The turnstiles are a little bit bigger. I'll fucking just about fit through. Like I went in sideways and I still had to breathe in. I could just about fucking fit through.
I mean,
Oh,
what were you like with the bowling, mate? Were you able to get in properly all right, or did you need
bowling,
racing out or something?
bowling. I used to go in like that, like I'm doing, like ready.
Crawl underneath. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, I'm not going tomorrow. I lost my wallet on the central. Oh God.
Oh, I'm gonna have to reorder and cancel and all of that stuff. You can pay for a lot of things, on the apps these days, can't you? So, yeah.
Trains are not running Boxing Day, so I cannot go.
Okay, I'm gonna drive. I've got that option. Yeah, I'll drive then.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's obviously C2C or something, because they're always pissing around Christmas, aren't they?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I've done it before. Obviously, it's a little bit more. I think it cost me about 25 quid in an Uber to Stratford. I can get, if worst case scenario for me, which is not too bad. But
I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be driving like you, Yaz, and then park up at like Upminster or Snaresbrook or something.
Yeah, I'll make a plan, mate.
That way.
Yeah, I'll make a plan, because you're right. I get there quite early sometimes around the M25 ring, but just parking up, and as you get closer, the last 2 miles, that can take half an hour, mate. So yeah, I'll drive, but not wise to go right up to the ground, I don't think. So yeah, I'll have to make a plan. I used to drive to Upton Park a lot. You always used to find parking 2-3 roads away. I know it's getting more and more difficult in London with the permits, and I think with the congestion zone,
and all the rest of it.
is that all week now, isn't it? 7 days, is it, that bloody thing? I have to double check, keep changing it, putting the price up and all sorts.
Definitely. JP, I know the game's tomorrow. I know you've done a preview, but quickly before we're going to be doing our preview shortly. But how do you see the game going tomorrow?
This is the biggest monkey on our back we've had for a good few seasons, because as a West Ham, taking the Championship games out of the equation, we have not beaten these buggers. We really haven't over the last few seasons. We've either drawn or lost. It's really, really irritating. And I know it's a cliche, but if we are going to be try to equal or improve what we did last season, then a team like Brighton is the benchmark of if we should be getting something out of it. I'd like to get all 3 points like everybody, of course, but I just can't see it. I really can't see it. I think we're going to get a draw out of it again. I know Potter's got them very, very organised, and Moyes has got our boys very, 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 very organised. It's either going to be a goal fest or it's going to be a boring 0-0 draw. It's going to be one of the two. I can't see it going any other way.
I think we need to win. I know it's going to be hard. We need to win, I think. Yeah. They're catching up behind us, including the Gooners. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, we've still got a difficult run coming up to a degree. We've still got to play. Like you say, we've got to play Arsenal in the next couple of weeks. We're playing. Who else is it? And then of course Southampton on Boxing Day, which is always going to be a struggle as well, for that matter. And it's hard. It's difficult to. I mean, one of the things I love about the way the Premier League is at the minute. I mean, with the exception of Newcastle, you can't really predict who's going to be beating anybody else at the minute. You really can't.
Yeah. Any ideas, JP, why over the Christmas period there's not many London derbies that come out in the fixtures? I'm a traditional West Ham Tottenham Boxing Day person. That's not going to happen, is it, in a hurry? And
sorry, have you just seen this? I've just they're down to 10 men after 10 minutes.
I didn't realise, JP, that Everton have actually thrown 400 or 500 million at their project in 5 years. So it doesn't work out, does it? Sometimes, they have spent a lot of money at the wrong type of managers and transfer windows and everything. So,
but you name a team in the Premier League that hasn't done that. That's the thing. We've all made that mistake, and we've got. Mate, we could do a whole show on the mistakes that we've made with managers and players and whatnot. And Moyes is absolutely right. In his pre-match conference that he was talking about, because obviously people are trying to get a little bit of a exclusive out of him for the January transfer window, and he's just saying that every team's got to get the right players in at the right time, and it's just. And
getting gems in January is so hard to come across, and with Moyes I trust anyway, and obviously Newman in there, I think we will pick them up. We've been very smart, especially in the Championship or League One. I think there's some gems in there which we can nick, in my opinion.
You never know. We might get a gem like Diafra Sacco again.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him. Yeah.
He scores when he wants.
Exactly.
Got him from the French second division. Amazing.
We did, yeah. The whole Denver Bar thing as well, for that matter. He was if we'd have bought him in that summer, I generally think we're not getting relegated that year. If we would have bought him instead of bloody Picky on, I think we would have.
We had a dodgy clause in there that he took advantage of, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And of course, Glenn's makes a good point about Chelsea on Saturday as well. That's what I'm saying. We've got a difficult
early one, John. That one 12:30, mate.
Yeah.
Villa 1-0. Villa's not playing today.
No, Villa playing tomorrow night, and they were same time as we are. And Chelsea are playing tomorrow night.
Leeds Palace at 8:15 today. Later.
Does he mean Norwich or?
I'm not sure.
No, it's Newcastle Norwich is 0-0. So I'm not.
Yeah,
really sure
Clark's been sent off.
Maybe that's Cyberly's prediction for tomorrow night. But
Oh, got you. But no, me and Jazz will be back in about 20 minutes' time for our little preview for the Brighton game. We're going to go and have a little rest. Of course, would like to thank JP. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate, to having you on. I know it's been a while to get you on, and hopefully we'll have you on in the future doing something else, if you don't mind, mate. That'd
definitely,
be great.
yeah, no. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you guys. It's all, even when we've seen each other face to face, it's we always have a good conversation and stuff, and it's nice to see a lot of people are liking the shirts that I've been putting up as well. Because, like you said, early Andy, when that guy came in and said he didn't like them, it's everybody's everybody's opinions. You know, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just
definitely. This is like, well, we're going to spoil it. This is the first series of the Reunited 5's. Our next one, so we'll definitely get you on for that, is you have to pick, this will be hard for you, JP, your 5 favourite goals.
Oh,
you're only allowed to pick 5. So that's the next one. And then series 3 is your 5 favourite matches ever. So you have to pick them what means a lot. So yeah, they're the different series. But
can I just pick for goals? Can I just pick the Brighton home game in the championship and be done with it? Because that was, was 5-1, I think, if I remember correctly. Those were brilliant. But yeah, no, that's gonna really tax me. I'll have a good old think on that one, because it's oh God, that's gonna be so hard.
England women are 8-0 up at half time.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, wow. And another great show. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for everyone as always. And yeah, we'll be back in 8:15. And remember, go and subscribe to JP's channel. Hopefully, he'll get the 2K by tomorrow morning. We've got a few people who can go and get it done for you, mate. And then we'll have a party.
Definitely, and it'd be nice to wake up to that. I mean, there's been one more subscriber since then, so we've got seven to smash it. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll put it on our Twitter account as well. Hopefully, you'll get them as well, mate.
Cheers, fella. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone. Like I said, me and Jazz will be back in just over 15 minutes' time for our preview. We've got Adam and James coming on, so that'll be good. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening and a safe journey to the stadium tomorrow. Hopefully, a West Ham win. And of course, JP, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. One thing left to say is, come on, you Irons. Take care, everyone. See you later.